Welcome to week 3 of Real Simple's Take Back Dinnertime Challenge. The theme for this week is Get Inspired. I'm Kristin, the editor of Real Simple, also a mom. We have Allie here, our food director, and she's going to help me and help all of you too. So Allie, how do we get out of a rut? Our family basically eats the same things for dinner week in and week out.
Right.
Fairly happily,
right.
But you know, sometimes you feel like you want to mix things up a little
Sure.
bit. So how do you even start?
I think there's a lot of ways. One of the things that I know you're doing already is that you are part of a CSA, which is Community Supported Agriculture. So you get every week a box of produce that is not chosen by you, that just sort of whatever it is, it
Yes,
is.
I do.
And I think that's a great way to get inspired.
You take what you get.
You take what you get. You try and use it all. You can't every week, but it's a great thing to do. You get great produce, and it's also just a really great way to get inspired. So, you know, if you have chard, you think, okay, what am I going to do with chard? Maybe you wouldn't be buying that at the grocery store.
Right.
If you were just shopping for your vegetables.
Right. I definitely wouldn't be buying this eggplant.
But it's beautiful.
Okay.
You know, I think it's a great way just to sort of shake things up a little bit. So go online, go to realsimple.com or your favorite recipe website. Just type in the ingredient. It might be something that'd be really great and may become part of your rotation. If you can't join a CSA or you're not part of one, you can go to your local farmer's market. You can also just make a promise to yourself that every week in the grocery store you're going to buy one thing new this week. Just one thing we haven't cooked before in this house.
Right. That's a good idea.
So I think that's one way. Another way to get inspired is we all have cookbooks hanging around. And for the most part, we go to the recipes that we make, and then you go back to them again and again. But there's tons of recipes in between those recipes. So once a month, lay out some of your favorite cookbooks, or even some ones that you've never opened, and have people in your family, your kids, your husband, whomever, just say, you know what, tonight, just before you get up from dinner, tab 4 things that look really good that you want us to have for dinner in the next month. And that way you'll have, you know, a bunch of tabbed recipes, and then when you go to plan your meals, you can force yourself to sort of go to those and be like, okay, I've never made steak fajitas before. That's going to be a dinner this week that we're going to make.
Is Mom allowed to veto choices?
I don't know.
No, I have to go with it.
Yeah, I think you just kind of go with it. I think you pre-select the cookbooks. You know, you're not putting out cookbooks that you don't want to eat from. You put out your favorite cookbooks. You know, another thing that you can do, this is really a no-brainer, requires no discipline whatsoever, is you can sign up for our daily recipe newsletter on realsimple.com. And every day in your inbox, you'll get a new recipe for dinner.
Well, and it also gets you thinking about dinner that night.
Exactly.
When, you know, you might be in the middle of your day and not necessarily thinking about what's happening tonight for dinner.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. That'll be my first step.
That's an easy one.
I think that's a good idea for everybody to sign up for Real Simple's daily recipe newsletter. If you don't have it already, you should do that. Come back to realsimple.com every single day this week, in fact, for tips, more recipes to help us all get inspired in the kitchen and make us a little more excited about what we're eating for dinner every night. So have fun.